Welcome to the Play Button Podcast. Today we're going to be trying something a little bit different. Since we all want to talk about different stuff.
Yeah.
And we're all selfish. I'm joined today, as always, by my dear friends Cloves and Fortuna.
Yo.
And we have a very special guest, Isis Graham, with us today.
Iset.
AKA.
Yeah, sure.
Our friend Sinistar is currently on tour.
Yes.
I think he's in Vancouver right now. He's going all over the place. He'll be back. So if you're gonna miss his jokes,
Yeah.
write your own jokes in the comments below.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's start off with the news. Or should we talk about should we talk about how everyone's doing first? Or should we just like
No, I think
Let's
we
get
should get right
comfy.
to the desk.
right to the news, right to the
Yeah.
hard-hitting news?
The
Yeah.
juicy stuff.
I mean, you guys want to know, right? I mean, you got to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing this because there's a lot of news right now.
Yeah.
Big
There's a-
news happening.
There's a lot of stuff that is producers and DJs are concerned about, excited about, nervous about,
Yeah.
scared of.
What is it though?
Is it your new mixtape, Dan?
No.
Damn
That is going to be good. But nobody's going to be excited about it.
The world is
except
just
for me.
afraid.
Everyone's waiting with bated breath. No. Shure, we'll start off with the Shure announcement that they are no longer going to be manufacturing needles. And I guess really anything that is involved with their turntable line. So that's needles, I guess needle cases they'll stop making, da-da-da-da-da-da. And the reason they gave for this is manufacturing materials issues. Like the prices, if you buy M447s, like almost every DJ I know, and N447s, which are the little replacement styli, very rare.
Much
Very
rarer.
much rare.
Much
Very
rare.
rare. They have been going up in price a lot the past few years. It's like every time you buy them, it's up. And yeah, so they said they're not going to make them anymore. They're already on eBay for people are selling 6-packs for $1,000. So
What?
And it's crazy.
Wow.
The hype is real. Like, people are buying them up.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
all
yeah.
of them.
You
Like, people
gotta.
are like, oh, you have 20 of them? I'm going to have all of them.
Yeah.
So.
I
Yeah, that's
wonder-
what happened here.
yeah,
Dan here
yeah,
called me to buy them all.
yes.
So don't try to
Yeah.
come to Beat Drop to get any.
They're gone.
They're gone.
They're
They're all
These
gone.
two are
No.
spoken for. But
I
if those
wonder-
guys don't come get them soon, I'm taking these two.
Axe
What a
Music is
jerk.
closing down. I wonder if they have any, or do they not carry needles?
No, they got bought out yesterday, I think, by one.
Yeah, I
guy.
think they're done.
Yeah.
And they also charged a little bit more than everybody.
Oh, really?
else. Yeah.
Because locally.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's better than $1,000 on eBay.
But yeah,
For real,
I saw
though,
someone
like-
posting that. People are trying to
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw my friend Mark Cyclist, shout out Cyclist out in Toronto. He works for someone who does something with the distro, and he ordered just 10 years worth of needles, and he's like, I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you guys feel about this? Do you guys use Shure Needles for DJing?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I use the white labels and then the M447s.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's a bummer because, even though I don't play vinyl full time anymore, and actually I think I bought my last little tips probably last year,
Yeah.
and they were $75 a piece. I thought to myself last year, I'm like, well, what happens after this? Like, do I get
Yeah.
new ones? And then now this announcement, I'm like, wow, I don't really feel like spending $600 on these things that I'm going to have to need forever. But then when you think about it, if you have to go buy the whole cartridge and all the stuff for a whole other, like a new set of orphones or a
Yeah.
whole other thing, like you're looking at $300 or $400 anyways. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Canadian.
for the everyday DJ, like, this is important news because it will affect everything, and it's just going to drive the prices up. And if you are a staunch user of this product, you better get out there and buy them.
Find some. Yeah.
Find some, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Crystal?
I don't DJ with vinyl,
Yeah.
but I listen to some records on and off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it would affect me, but it's not something.
Are these the needles you own that you have at home?
No,
Oh.
no.
So it's not going to affect you,
It's
really.
not going to affect me. No.
Okay.
But if I needed to get something, if I wanted to,
Yeah.
it would be a little bit harder to
Yeah.
find anything. So.
And
yeah.
Gabe, you don't DJ?
Yeah, no, but I feel a little sad though because every time there's like a big industry standard item, tool, instrument that goes, discontinued, it's just like what do we do now? Like
Yeah.
I'm not playing,
What do we do now?
some clubs with a turntable, but yeah, like I know so many friends who are playing with these needles, and it's gonna be
It
like
kind of makes you think like, what's next?
yeah.
You know?
Well, what's next? And
Especially on the heels of a whole thing, a big bunch of hype around like vinyl's making a comeback, and it's like, just kidding, we're gonna end all the needle production.
yeah,
Like, it's kind of interesting how you have these ups and downs, and it's confusing.
Well, I will say that like the M447 specifically, they're the turntablist. It says it right on the package, right? So I remember when these came back, because Shure stopped making them for a long
Yeah.
time, and then they came back around
It's about 10 years ago. wasn't it?
98 or 99.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was a big deal. Like this was a few years after I got into turntablism, and it was like there was full page ads, you know, and like Herb and Mixmag and everything that was like, you know, A-Track and all the DJs with these are the new needles. Like
Yeah.
you have to get them. So everybody bought them. It's the needles I've been using since I was a teenager. Yeah,
Lots of discussion online too about what to do next, and
I bet you anything somebody is gonna start making styli that fit in the old cartridges. That's my guess.
apparently that
Yeah.
already exists.
Oh, yeah?
Apparently it does. Yeah. There's a great on my Facebook. I posted the same question earlier this weekend. There's a great conversation going on, and all the old school DJs are just chiming right
Yeah.
in, and they're talking about ortophones and how much they hate them, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
people. But you know what's great about the conversation is that actual data and information is coming out of the
Exactly.
conversation. So
Yeah.
you know people are talking about the fact that some needles will like destroy your vinyl because they track too deeply and they're meant
Yeah.
for scratch DJs.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's good to be aware of what you're getting and what you need, and now that we're going to be losing products like this, like do your
Yeah.
research, I think, for sure.
Well, and this is the other thing is like, I don't listen to my records with my Serato DJ needles.
Right.
They're trashed. I trash them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my styli that I use on my Serato records that are dirty and full of gunk and they get touched so much, like I'm not using those styli to listen to my listening records. I have
Yeah.
different listening needles.
There's probably a whole other line of needles for
Yes.
like hi-fi
For
quality
audio-
audio,
yeah,
for
listening.
audiophiles,
Yeah, like
yeah.
tons.
There's
of
tons.
stuff.
Yeah.
I've been looking at buying a new
Yeah.
like really nice, you know, $400 listening needle.
Wikipediaing it a
Yeah.
little bit, maybe.
No, lots of Googles, some banging. I've been
banging.
banging.
Been banging.
But the thing is, like for DJing nowadays, like these were so popular and so dope because they didn't skip. And
Yeah.
when we were DJing with vinyl, and when you're juggling and you're scratching, skipping ruins everything.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes it.
But it doesn't matter anymore, right? Like unless you're playing records, you don't really need this to play a Serato set. Like you
No.
can play it with a lot junkier needles, and
and,
everything's-
and with
no one's gonna
needles that
notice if
track
it
deeply
skips.
too, because
Yeah.
they're, you know, their Serato records are at least, you know, you can get new ones.
Yeah.
It's not like when you're playing
yeah.
those great rare groove
Yeah.
records that you can't get again when
Yeah.
you're tracking deep needles, and then you're destroying all these great pieces of music.
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
sucks.
I think it's a lot more. Like I bought a few of these to last me throughout at least the next year until somebody figures something out. But like, I think it's a lot more just nostalgia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people are like, that's the thing I've always
like
had.
the classic thing, yeah.
Yeah. So, but rest in peace. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for the memories.
Boo. Sad days.
We'll still buy your microphones and headphones and other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, next big thing. Gibson has filed for bankruptcy.
Hey.
If you don't know, Gibson is a guitar manufacturer mostly, but they also
Like Les Paul.
own. Yeah,
Classic.
they make Les
Yeah.
Pauls. They make
crazy
They
amazing.
make robot guitars.
robot guitars.
Robot guitars.
What does that mean?
They're self-tuning guitars.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I actually read that was a big
Yeah.
flop.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it probably
That was
was,
like-
part of the reason why they're going under.
Yeah, they're like this-
they were really expensive. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
but they also own KRK and Stanton, so
Yeah.
that affects our kind of world.
Good
Yeah.
effect. Yeah.
So
Could, yeah.
What's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
I know here at Beat Drop, we get our KRK speakers, which are right here, and our stand turntables and stuff through Yorkville, which is the Canadian subsidiary of Gibson or whatever. Da 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 da. So
Yeah.
I'm worried.
I-
like,
Yeah,
is
it
this?
might be.
I-
KRKs are kind of standard for entry level studio monitors, and a
Entry
great
level,
price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great price, and
And here in Calgary, at least, the Stanton ST150 turntables have become sort of the Techniques replacement club turntable that bars will buy
yeah,
if
yeah.
they can't find any 1200s, right?
Yeah.
So
I
I know
think-
I've DJed on quite a few of them.
Yeah.
They must be restructuring, and some other company will buy KRK, and some company will buy Stanton. Because I think
They're big brands.
Yeah, they're big brands.
Yeah.
I don't think they would just
Disappear.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like KRK is like, I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
We didn't see. It's always weird when these kinds of things happen.
Yeah,
you never
well,
know.
what happens?
Yeah, but
Go.
this happens a
Kinda
lot.
scary.
Yeah, this happens a lot though. It's like, oh, this company's going bankrupt, and then some other company buys them, and then they keep living for a little bit
But
longer.
I-
But they may change.
Yeah, the last time
Yeah.
Gibson like fell through the holes, they got a buyout like that, and
Yeah.
I think that's not going to happen the second time.
Maybe
I don't
not,
think
yeah.
So, which is a drag. I mean, Les Paul guitars are pretty famous.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
like a lot of touring musicians when they're coming through town and they have their tech riders. It's
Guitar
like
of
Gibson.
Gibson as well.
Les Pauls are pretty much
That's another industry standard.
yeah, another
What-
industry standard.
Yeah.
What I read is that they're not disappearing. Gibson isn't disappearing. But
Yeah.
it's declaring bankruptcy. It's going to restructure.
Yeah.
They're going to get down and focus just basically on making guitars. They bought
Proper stuff.
Philips consumer brands or something. They started making CD players, or I
They
don't
made
know what
like
it was.
in-ear monitors and all this stuff last year,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Whoa, what are you guys doing?"
They were trying to.
Stop it.
They got
Like-
outside their box. I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
We're,
They
we're
got
like
too excited, started making cream eggs and stuff.
They had
Les Paul cream eggs.
no, they were.
Get it in ya.
I'm pretty sure they were making weird speakers and I was like, "Yo, make guitars!" Like,
Yeah.
I don't go to that brand to buy speakers and microphones and headphones. Like,
See, this is a good lesson. If you're starting a business, like, don't do it all. Like, just
Focus on what you're really good at.
well.
Yeah.
Be
One thing.
pro at it.
If there's
You're
one
one
thing
thing.
I've learned from Kitchen Nightmares, it's that, and there's a lot of things I've learned from Kitchen Nightmares.
It's not the pirates.
I love Kitchen Nightmares, but the thing, like every single time, is when Gordon Ramsay shows up somewhere and the restaurant has a menu and there's 68 different items on the menu.
Pancakes and Chinese food.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, no, and he throws it in the garbage, he yells at everybody, and comes back, and there's 6 things on the menu, and they're all great, right? It's
Right.
like, keep it
no more.
keep it
diapers.
simple.
Yeah.
Get really good, right? Like there's you're kind of a Japanophile, right? You love Japan. You love
Yeah.
Japanese culture. You
Yes.
love this kind of stuff, right? And in Japan, a lot of people I know who've gone recently say you go to a restaurant and there's 2 things.
Yeah.
That's all they do.
yeah, they
And
specialize in very specific
They've
things. Yeah.
perfected it.
Yeah.
They're like, we make this cookie.
Yeah.
Like, good. It's gonna
Yeah.
be the best
Yep.
cookie
Yeah.
ever.
Here's one of
Exactly.
them. It takes 20 minutes to prepare and present, and it's going to be the best cookie you've ever eaten
Yeah.
in your whole life.
Yeah.
And are you going to go to that place or the place where you can get pancakes and Chinese food?
Yeah. Depends
Yeah.
what time of day it is, I guess.
Is it festival season?
Man, it's just yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
All right.
Gibson, hopefully things will get figured out. Someone will pick up Stan and KRK. I'm sure there's other brands we're not even
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's tons of
Probably
yeah,
tons.
little ones. Yeah.
it's a scary thing though, making music equipment I think in any form it's a tough
thought-
business.
Sorry, I'm just gonna double check because I thought Zoom was actually owned by Gibson, but
Oh,
I wonder.
Oh.
we like Zoom.
We like
Yeah.
Zoom.
Zoom presents us with our sound here on the play button. Thank you.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yes,
Zoom.
yes, thank you.
Mm,
I have a Zoom IO for my studio.
yeah.
Great, I can't remember what it's called. It has like 8 inputs. It's really great though.
Yeah.
I really love it. It's USB powered.
They're
Awesome.
cheap and they're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really great.
It doesn't look like that is the case anyway.
Kate making stuff up.
So
Yeah.
that wasn't news. Fake news. Fake,
Fake
news.
news.
Welcome
Fake.
to the play button. Fake news.
Yeah, it's that. No.
Shure has started pressing vinyl. What? That's not what happened.
They went digital distribution. I guess.
Yes, they're doing
They're
digital.
doing a label. They're starting
Yeah.
a label.
Yeah. And we're selling cookies at B-Drop.
And we're selling the best cookies. That's all we do now.
That's fact though. We did have beet drop cookies at one point.
We never sold them.
We never
No, I
made
sold
them.
No, but at like an open house.
They were
I think.
given to us.
They were, yeah.
Okay, well, they were beet drop cookies.
They were B-Drop cookies.
Beat-Drop branded cookies, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, real news.
Uh,
That's real news.
Back into the real news. Next up, big announcement from Ableton. Loop this year is going to be in LA.
Yay!
It's going to be November 9th to 11th in Los Angeles in the United States of America. This is a big
first
deal.
Time ever.
Yeah.
First time ever.
I'm like
Yeah.
I'm sad and happy at the same time.
Why?
Sad
Because Berlin is-
because
Oh, 'cause you-
Berlin,
yeah.
it's headquartered in Berlin.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like taking a child away from its mother. You know, kind of thing. And then, but LA because it's a little more attainable for someone like me who doesn't have to spend thousands to fly overseas.
Yeah.
I'm actually like, I really want to go. I'm going to try to make it happen somehow.
Yeah.
But so that's my ups and downs of that.
And if you don't know, Loop is Ableton's kind of weekend conference, everything Ableton.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
Music, speakers, performances,
panels.
presentations. It's
Yeah.
all like
Hang out and talk with
done
people.
in the beautiful way that Ableton does things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
But that's big news.
Yeah.
That's huge.
First
yeah.
time ever in North America.
And it makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, there's a massive demographic. Obviously, a lot of their users are situated in North America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since the WMC isn't doing their conference anymore, there's not
and what is
In-
WMC for our
Winter Music
Listeners,
Miami
viewers?
Winter Music Conference.
Yeah.
It used to be like kind of tied into Ultra Music Fest in Miami, but it is no longer. Or they didn't do it this year. I know
Yeah.
that much. They had done it quite a few times, but there isn't a lot in the way of electronic music conferences anymore in North America. So
There's
we
one
have-
in Calgary,
There's
isn't
one in
there?
Calgary.
Oh,
Weird.
Separate
Yeah,
yours.
our conference, AIMCon, is the only one like it in Canada. There's the CDJ show, which is a little bit different, but close.
Way
but
different.
That didn't
Yeah.
go so well in Calgary.
I don't think it worked out here, but I think the one in
No.
Toronto does okay. But there's not. It's a great platform, and they didn't. There's like nothing left in that regard. All the conferences are now over in Europe, which for North
Yeah.
Americans, that's a big ticket item.
Yeah, it's
So
it's
nice to have that proximity. Like LA is great. I mean,
Yeah.
that means that we'll be able to really take advantage of.
even with it like being in November, which is just about the cheapest time for us at least to be able to fly to
Yep.
Europe.
That's a good point.
You're still looking at
A couple
a
thousand
few
bucks.
grand Canadian to, if you're really good. Yeah.
yeah.
So going to LA, super
Way
cheap for us to
cheaper.
fly to
Under
LA.
1,000.
Easily, yeah.
Have friends or stay in a cheap Airbnb or a hotel or
Yeah.
motel
Yeah.
or whatever, and you're looking at you could do that trip for under $1,000 easy.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I want to go.
High, top notch.
We're all good.
content.
Ableton, can we come to Loop, please?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're coming. We want to come.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, that's cool.
yeah, Loop is great.
Next in the news. uh, I feel like
I like this format, I must say, guys.
I like. Do you guys? Are you guys like YouTube nerds at all? Do you watch YouTube lots?
I do quite a bit.
Ish.
So do you watch any YouTube news? Like, do you watch Keemstar or any of this kind of stuff?
H3 guy?
Yeah, like
yeah.
it's like it's meta.
Yeah.
It's news on YouTube about things happening on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So it's like the YouTube culture things. Yeah.
No,
So
but
today
that's
on
where you
this
go, though.
Streaming channel, we've got this porcupine getting stuck in a dryer.
It's more like,
Like stuff like
it's,
that?
it's more like drama
It's like a
between
highlight reel?
content creators
Yeah.
and
Oh,
stuff
Lord.
like that.
But
yeah.
oh yeah,
Wow.
but it's
The one I watch
entertaining.
at least,
It's
yeah.
entertaining, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the National Enquirer of YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube news.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
And Keemstar always goes, next up in the news.
In the news, yeah.
Anyways, nobody cares about that. Right now, happening in Berlin. It's in Berlin, isn't it?
Yeah.
What? Oh,
Yes, it
Superbooth.
is.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So Superbooth's happening right now. It is another music conference trade show, much more based on the tech side.
It's kind of like NAM, but over
It's
there.
kind of like NAMM, but like Music Messe just passed, and Music Messe is the biggest one. But Music Messe is in Frankfurt, and it's like we talked about this when we talked about it in episode.
Wait, isn't Music Messe like next weekend?
No,
No, it just happened.
No, it just happened.
just
Oh,
happened.
okay.
Yeah. You can check out the episode of our podcast.
Episode 9,
I think.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about it for the whole episode.
Cool.
Yeah.
I tried.
What's that?
I tried to talk about it.
It's these
Yeah.
Moving on.
these things are cool, but there's a lot of them. That like it's Music Mess is so big, but there's already way more like synth announcements at Superbooth that I'm interested in. I know you're interested in some.
I thought I saw way more fun things
Yeah.
at Superbooth than
Yeah.
at Music Messe. Like Music Messe had a lot of high tech things that were really cool, but
It's
like
the sound guys
yeah.
Stop.
conference. Yeah, high
But-
level like yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but we have a lot of fun instruments and noisemakers and fun stuff that I just want to like.
It's like
plug
the
in.
little brother maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to
more
go.
fun brother.
Yeah, the one you play baseball with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like NAMM, and I've been to NAMM once with Team Beat Drop, and it seemed like it was a mix of both. Like NAMM is so huge in Anaheim, and it's like if you're a sound guy nerd, you can go do that. If you're a drum nerd, you can spend 3 days looking at snare drums. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it seems maybe like Music Mesa and Superbooth are like pieces of NAMM. Right?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
kind of the impression I get. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
if I'd have to pick, just from looking at it this year,
Yeah.
I think Superbooth is the one I'd want to go to. I don't want to go to either conferences. Tech conferences I don't find them enjoyable. Do you have any interest in going to this type of thing, Gabe?
I would love to try at least once.
Yeah.
Especially NAMM because it's just in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? Like, getting to try a bunch of new gear and actually speaking with developers themselves.
Yeah.
I would be interested in, I don't know, just having that experience, but I don't think I would be one to go every year.
Mhm.
Yeah, it seems exhausting. And yeah.
It's nice to get your hands on some of the
Yeah.
stuff and actually ask the guys that know the things inside and
Yeah.
out. Like, hey, what does this button actually do? Like, for me, that's my whole life, is asking
Yeah.
people how, what the buttons do. So it's like, can you show me how to do this? What does this thing even do? I bought
Button
it.
Mesa,
Yeah.
2019.
In Calgary.
Like button pressing for people who don't know how to do it properly.
This is my suggestion for AIMCOM this year, is a whole panel discussion on button learning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
button learning.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
But
got it.
here's the
Did you
thing.
get that, Andrew? Check.
It's not just, asking the guy, hey, what does this do? Or girl, what does this button do? It's, this thing is coming out right now. It's brand new. It's not even available in stores.
Mm-hmm.
So every question you may have about, maybe buying this, you can ask and try. Like,
Joe, yeah, hands
that's
on.
really
It's
cool.
like right in front of you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
so,
nice.
don't
I like
know.
it.
I'm just a big consumer, so. sorry.
See, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like watching something.
No, but you only care about synths that were made like before you were born.
I only have one.
Oh,
That was
and
made
what
before I
about that
was
one
born.
that I brought for you in the suitcase?
Oh, that was definitely made before I was born.
Yeah, that was ancient.
But that's an organ. That's
I think
not
my car still
that's
smells
a stage
funny
organ.
from that trip.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
smells like success.
Yeah.
Crystal, do you have any interest in going to like a tech conference?
I think it'd be cool to go at least once
Yeah.
just to experience it, but like Gabe said, not every year.
Yeah.
I'm not as focused on the techie side as I am as like with creative and the
Yeah.
creativity process.
Something like AIMCon or Loop
Yeah.
is much more
Exactly.
appealing to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not so much the techie side, but I would want to go just once, just to say, hey,
Yeah.
I
But
did go.
They still tend to have these performances, right? Like at Music Mesa, at Superbooth, they have
They
performances
just like
at
they
the end of the
demo.
day.
Oh,
No, like an actual show.
They still
Oh,
do,
yeah.
like
Okay,
showcasing
okay.
and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
So
I'd be interested in that.
like
for
I
sure.
think Jacob Collier, I don't know if you guys know, is like this amazing young jazz keyboard composer singer guy, and I believe he performed at Music Mesa, this passing one. And the videos on YouTube, you can check it out. It's amazing. So being there for that would have been really cool.
See, but this is the thing for me, is that like when we went to NAMM, I saw some performances. Like I think we saw the Scratch Pickles, like that, like stuff for me that was like, oh my god. But in the context of seeing it inside of a giant conference center,
No, it's not cool.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's 2 in the
Lame.
afternoon.
Yeah.
I'd rather be outside. It's so nice. I'm in California. And they just turned the lights off in this one section, but I can still hear drum guys over here. And I can still hear, like, whatever over here. It was... I felt like watching at home on YouTube would have been more pleasurable.
You're thinking too much about it.
That's just... I
It might
don't
have
need to
been.
see things as soon
Yeah.
as they come out. I don't
Right.
care. Like, watching a video on YouTube, I'm like, ooh...
Definitely satisfying on
Yeah, so I'm not that kind of conference. I'm much
Yeah.
more interested in something like Loop or, Amsterdam Dance Event or something
Yeah,
like that.
Amsterdam
Like,
Dance Event's a
I
great
want to go see every panel discussion ever. That's what I want.
Right.
Panels are so
Panel-
great.
yeah.
Such
That's all
I
a
care
great
about.
way
That's
of
what they
learning.
need more at like now. They need like actual panels.
I
organized.
saw a whole bunch. That's the last day I
They
actually
have a
got to
good
break
program
off.
at NAMM. You
yeah.
just have to
Yeah?
really be tuned in to figure out
Yes.
where they are.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I did because like I got really bored of the just. I'm like,
Beeper, 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 bye.
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
oh, and I can't buy anything or you like this. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, that's weird.
I literally went and saw a guy talk about paint. about what colors of paint you should paint inside of a store. And I was like sitting there like, like it was so much more interesting to me than.
Wait. It was about like what colors to paint your store.
Yeah, if you paint
your music store.
Yeah.
Oh,
this
actually,
guy-
this is?
there are colors. Yeah,
No, I was pushing
Buying colors.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's
yeah.
That's an Easter egg
colors.
that we didn't think
Yeah,
we were gonna have.
if you paint blue inside of a shop, I guess it makes people feel comfortable
It's
and
pink,
gets them
actually.
buy. This guy told me blue, Crystal.
I guess
so
that pink is
according to
fine.
Nam guy, who actually got paid for what he's talking about. No,
I went to an art gallery.
Yep.
Okay, and then we had the exact same exhibit.
Yep.
And it was pink, and it was like emotionally and mentally, it just was more comfortable.
Wow.
But for buying, did it make people want to buy things? Because that's different.
Oh.
Art gallery, if you have a pink picture and a yellow picture, that's different than, I'm going to go in and buy a guitar, and there's a white wall and there's a blue wall. This is what the guy told me. He's
Yeah.
like, you paint inside blue, like there's all these studies they do on people's brains.
Wow.
And blue makes you feel comfortable in purchasing stuff.
I can see that.
I don't know.
Yeah, your
That's
sadness
amazing.
flows right out of you to your
Especially
back
for the
pocket, and then you
musicians.
put the debit card out
You're
and
like,
buy
you know
it.
what?
I
feel
can
safe
afford
here.
it. I feel safe here.
Yes.
I can afford it. I
That's-
feel safe.
Here's my mom's credit card.
That's
Yeah.
too funny. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Okay, so
Superbooth is cool.
Superbooth.
Yeah.
Check it out.
We'll talk about just a couple of things that happened there. I think we'll probably catch up on. There's been so much synth announcements and all kinds of nerd stuff. We'll probably do a big catch up on a future
Yeah.
episode of the podcast.
It's overwhelming.
But
yeah.
there's a couple things. There was some exciting stuff from Behringer. They're continuing on their path of cloning every synth that's ever been made.
Hopefully.
What are they cloning now? What did they show at Superbooth?
They were showing off. I don't even know if it was public or private, but Sonic State had all the videos about them for the Behringer Roland 909 or TR 808. Sorry, not 909.
808.
808, not
Yes.
909. 808 drum machine, which looks actually really cool.
It looks just like a
It's-
full size 808.
Yeah.
It
And
looks.
they made it the full size.
Oh, it's
The
the full
full
size.
size.
Whoa.
It looks
Every-
like an 808,
Cool.
except
Cool.
a little bit junkier and Behringer.
cool.
Check this out. Every
Behringer.
yeah.
I
But
mean, yeah.
here's
Someone got a photo of
I don't know
that?
if you're into like the
Oh,
studio
yeah.
side of things.
Look at it on
I'm
there.
gonna
Yeah.
look at it.
If you're into the studio side of things, this has output for every single drum.
Oh, okay.
So you can
that's-
actually sample and record everything individually, and it's
So that's
like
that's like
really-
an upgrade to
Yeah.
from Roland recent
Yeah.
like boutique one.
Well,
for
yeah,
sure.
but your boutique, you can send all that. You can send all
I
your
do.
audio per track.
I do
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Ableton, but it's really nice to
Over USB,
sometimes
yeah.
not have to do that and have
Yeah.
to use your aggregate sound card thing. Like
Yes.
it's nice to not have to do that, especially if you've got other audio recording.
Yeah.
You want to do vocal recording and you're trying to do drums and you're multi-tracking and you have different parts.
There's
coming
an
in.
extra part of setup.
It's
yeah.
an extra part of setup and it's a lot of back and forth for me. Like that workflow for me,
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
So I love the idea.
Just
of-
plugging in a cable.
I remember
Yeah.
when the very nice guys from Roland were here and they showed us the
Yep.
last batch of boutiques. I
Yep.
felt like that's what sold you on buying an 808.
It was, and
Yeah.
I do love it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you have when they're aggregated like that, you can't record anything else
Mm.
on any other input because it's only taking the 808's
Right.
sound and processing.
Oh,
it.
you can't be
So like I
doing-
can't have the 808 playing through an audio channel with all its 10 or whatever it is
Yeah.
channels, and then have like a vocal thing going on or another
Oh.
boutique coming in.
Right.
Nope, only one at a time. I'll buy it. It's you can take all the channels.
It's still cool, but it's still
It's still
limiting
cool,
in some
but
way.
it's
yeah.
still limiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm a software person.
Yeah.
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 Wait, more clones. There's more clones. We have. They're cloning 808s. They're cloning the Korg Odyssey,
Yes.
Whoa.
and they're cloning the
Images.
Sequential Circuits Pro 1,
Yes.
which is super cool. I'm happy to see that.
It's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
You guys looking at the 808 there?
Yeah, the
I like
808.
it. Looks
Look it
Yeah.
up. It does look
It's-
exactly
it's
like
actually
it.
pretty-
And it does look Behringer, and why
Don't-
their
they
logo
can't
is not
see
my
that.
favorite.
It's
logo.
not
can't
my.
see
I know. I'm
It's-
just saying.
Yeah. You know, we could probably zoom in.
Stop wasting everybody's time.
Come on, just look it up.
No, it's.
No, you can find. There's tons of pictures and videos.
We'll throw up a picture right now.
But yeah, the Pro One's really interesting. How many boutiques do you have?
all of them.
Almost.
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them. Like
Um,
7.
And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can I?
Borrow.
Yeah. They're literally doing nothing. Right
I'm like, I love boutiques. I just don't have any right now.
yeah, I'm the
Your
Are
eyes,
you
like,
in the market
glowed.
for another revamped retro
808.
mono synth and 808.
Oh, mono synth.
Yeah, because there's the Pro
No.
1, which is the mono synth.
I don't really care about
don't care?
the mono thing. Like, I mean, I don't know. I was telling Dan earlier, I'm like, when I go to buy a synth, I don't search up the hashtag mono synth
Yeah.
to find the newest synth. Like, I just walk into a store and be like, oh,
What sounds
I
good?
like these are the sounds that speak to me. I feel
Yeah.
safe in here. The
I feel
color is
safe in
blue, and
here.
I'm gonna buy it.
Everything's
Right Here's my money. That's kind of like what drives me to buying synths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the SH01 for the Roland because it has the option to do the mono and the poly,
That's-
and you can. It's so great.
Yeah.
I still think it's the best one.
It is the best one.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
so
I think
cool.
that's the one. of the
It
best,
sounds
yeah.
so good.
It is great.
I'm just gonna get the software version.
Crystal,
Yeah.
you have no interest in hardware whatsoever.
It's not that I don't. I just like. I'm not as rich as
If it
everyone
ain't
else.
broke, don't fix it. If you're
Me-
using VST,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's working, do it.
I'm not
use
criticizing.
I
I'm just-
use software. It's
I-
just for me it works, and I'm a software person. I'm in
I
the box.
like
And
buying.
it
I
takes
can't
up
even.
this much room.
Yeah,
I can barely
Yeah.
play piano. You
I'm
guys
very,
know
I'm
me
very
since I have
portable,
like.
right? Like I want to be able to pick up my stuff and just like, okay, I'm gonna work here
Yeah.
today or something.
You don't want to bring your Emax 2 with you.
I don't want to bring like 10 suitcases of.
And like 3 keyboard
Cases.
stands.
Well, to be
Yeah.
fair, my
Yeah.
Roland boutiques all fit into one carry-on bag.
Yes.
and that's why I like them.
Which is
So-
very cool.
Like, you have 7 of them?
yeah.
Because I almost bought all of them. I was like,
I mean, I think it's a good thing to have them. They're small,
They're
and I
cute.
think that one day someone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of people on the planet. We need like tiny synths to go in our tiny apartment," and they're gonna be like, "I want those Roland boutiques from 2015," and
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
gonna be hot. They're gonna be like hot ticket items.
one day I actually want to have every single one.
They're so cute though. I mean, the
Yeah.
808, the
And
808
plugging
one.
them in all
I bought the
together,
808 only because it was cute. I already had the TR8, which was a great product.
Do you still have that?
Yeah, I do.
So you have the
I have the
boutique
TR8,
TR8, and then you have the TR08.
And I
You
have
have
the
a-
TR9. And it's ridiculous. Like, it's all the same thing.
You have more
I
drum
borrow
machines than I do. That's amazing.
But you know what? The I'm not a big fan of the 9. I
No.
don't-
The 9, yeah.
I'm not a
Sell
fan.
it.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Buy another
I'm gonna-
boutique.
I'm
Buy
borrow
my
it.
boutique.
Can I borrow it?
Hook me up. I need to get my collection started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know what's funny, is that we just want to talk about boutiques.
Yeah. I hope they keep making them.
Well, I will just mention the one thing we talked about this a little bit.
What?
They're remaking Crystal.
What happened?
Put the
What
drink in your
happened?
mouth.
What? Did I just miss a whole moment?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can
No,
watch
no.
it later on the
Yeah, I was watching it on the
YouTube.
podcast.
No,
What?
the tea bag fell on my face.
Oh no. Well, I'll
So,
definitely
it
watch
got,
that.
I got all over. I'm good. We're okay.
You okay? Can we continue?
Yeah.
You need a minute?
I know. We're good.
Monosynth.
No. Okay. So this is just the one last thing. So Behringer, they're doing the 808 full-sized clone. People are excited. People love 808s.
Yeah.
We talked about the fetishized 808-ness
Yeah.
in the music
Yeah.
worlds
Yeah.
before.
Those Pumas.
Those Pumas.
Yeah, the Pumas.
The Pro 1, which is the Dave Smith's sequential circuits.
Circus, yeah.
A famous,
Classic
very expensive mono synth.
I played one and broke one the same day I played it.
oh,
Oh my gosh.
But it was okay. It was just the power supply.
911.
Oh.
But it was one of those things where like we were jamming and I'm cranking up the filter resonance and it's like it's like screaming and I'm like yeah and then no wait sparks
It just lit on fire?
no sparks started coming out of the power supply. I'm just like and then it just shut off and I'm like
I have to go.
Dude, you oscillated that thing to death.
that I love the Pro one.
Wow. Okay, so you're excited about that.
Yeah.
That's a really crazy story.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a great experience. I feel bad though. Anyway, yeah,
It's just a power supply.
just the power supply.
Did you have to pay to get it fixed?
No. My buddy, there's other problems with it.
Oh.
With the tuning and some other things, so my buddy got the synth guru in town to fix it up. So,
Okay.
yeah, so it's all good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Saved.
Yeah.
So, and then the last thing they're doing mentioned is the Odyssey, which is the ARP Odyssey, which
Oh,
we think is
man.
strange. Why they're making this? Because Korg just did it 5 times.
It's nonsense. Out of all the classic synths they could have been remaking, we have too many of them already.
Is there any like evidence currently supporting why theirs is better, different, worse?
It sounds the same to me, really. Like it's Behringer-ish, and it sounds like an Odyssey at the same time. Like it has all the the sync sounds and that kind of thing.
But yeah, but
But-
Korg,
They already did it.
they
Yeah.
just said they've done it. And what did you say? They've done it like 6 different ways.
But did they do it for cheaps? Because
it's
it's an entry level. The thing about Behringer that's great because if you're entry level artist,
I'm
you
gonna
can
look
get
that
your
up.
hands on like an 808 now for what, like $300 or whatever. You know, like that's what Behringer does. They make these products that are more accessible, and I think there's value in that,
Yeah.
especially for something like an ARP Odyssey.
Okay, so they're saying it's going to be about $500 US for the Odyssey, whereas
The Korg is probably well over $1,000.
it's
No.
No, it's not.
No, the full size one is though.
The
I would-
full size
yeah,
one is.
not
So
the-
this is a
the-
full size one, yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely over. I think it's like 1,400 Canadian dollars.
I
Yeah.
just
so-
want to say that if you had asked me 5 years ago, if in 2018 there was going to be 7 different versions
10.
of a remaked ARP Odyssey,
Or an 808.
I don't bet, I don't gamble, but I would have bet you $1 million that wasn't going to happen.
yeah.
Like, why?
Wild.
Out of
This-
everything, out of all the fetishized pieces of gear people want, like a Jupiter 8 or a CS80 or whatever. it may be.
Oberheim
CS80 would be
OBX.
Yeah, an
Rather than
Oberheim
do a
OBX.
CS80.
Like,
Are there
out of-
any CS80 ones that are?
It's too much.
Yeah.
How many parts are in that thing?
Come on.
Behringer.
Yeah, Behringer.
Yamaha did their reface. They did their CS
They're
reface,
great.
but
Yeah.
it's not.
Do you have one of each of those?
Yeah,
two?
my roommate does. So he has all the reface and then I have all the boutique. But the reface, the CS80, whatever, the refaces were great and they have all those weird little functions, like the loop functions. They do some wild stuff.
They're cool and they sound great.
The
but Yamaha's.
X7 remake is awesome.
We need to have a jam.
Buddy
your
wants
studio.
to jam in your studio.
Retro,
Yeah.
like I'm. There's other stuff in here we want to talk about. We'll do this later. There's the Dreadbox stuff.
Yeah.
Nerd
which
out
we'll
on.
get into
Yeah,
pretty
we,
hard.
We can
'cause-
nerd out in another episode.
Yeah, that's. I just want to talk about Dreadbox.
Dreadbox.
But there's lots of stuff. Like there's the new Dave Smith, Prophet X. That thing
Oh.
looks crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
There's lots of stuff. We'll get into that another time. So we're gonna switch it up now and talk about our feelings or something. Okay.
All right, let's take a break.
We're back. We have
Hey.
some more stuff to talk about. We have some more stuff in the news.
Yeah. Extended edition.
Extended mix.
Yeah.
These are a couple of things that we've been meaning to talk about, actually, that we haven't had a chance to talk about, that are pretty interesting, that are relevant in our universe, in our realm of producers and DJ life, and et cetera, et cetera. Creative ways to, get your creative ideas into a creative space creatively.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just how I like it.
This first one happened a few weeks ago. We didn't get a chance to talk about it. Cakewalk. Who's familiar with Cakewalk?
I've
a
I've
little
seen
bit.
it.
Sonar, same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Sonar, Cakewalk. So Cakewalk is an old DAW. It's actually the first DAW I ever used.
Before Cubase.
Way before Cubase.
Oh, yeah.
Before
Yeah,
I even
so-
learned hardware. When I took Electronic Music 10 at Western Canada High School
Whoa.
What a lucky
They had
boy.
that back
in
then.
1998.
All you Western kids are so lucky.
It was the very
cool.
first year of the class. We had 6 kids on 3 computers learning Cakewalk
Wow.
on like
Cool.
Apple II computers. It was very
gosh.
ghetto. Yeah, but anyways, it was the very first DAW I ever used. It's how I learned what quantizing meant. It's how I learned what MIDI was.
Yeah.
It's like it taught me all like the really foundational things. But anyways, a little while ago, we know that it was Gibson, wasn't it?
I think so, actually.
Gibson killed it.
Well, I thought... Yeah.
Back to Gibson. This
Yeah.
was the beginning of the end, maybe.
Do, 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 do.
What's that?
It's like when you're in Pac-Man and you're running away from the other guy and then he just
From
finally
the
gets
ghost.
you anyway. It's like Gibson did that to you.
Oh,
yeah, you know.
Yeah, it was discontinued by Gibson originally.
Yes. So
Oh wow!
So it just like comes full
360
circle.
degree news.
Yeah.
Cakewalk's had a weird storied kind of past because it was an independent thing, I believe, for a long time. Then Roland bought it and had it for a
Yes.
while, and then Roland sold to Gibson,
Oh.
and then now Gibson's killed it,
The more
and
you know.
now BandLab
Yes.
has picked it up.
Yeah.
And so what BandLab's doing is they are giving away cake. You can get a free Cakewalk's free now if you sign up for your BandLab account, which
Right.
has a subscription service similar to
Like Splice.
like
kind
Splice,
Thing? Yeah.
or
You
maybe
get like
Splice or something.
no, I think it's BandLab. It's different. BandLab.
BandLab.
Yeah, but it's. I think you get samples and things like
Yeah,
that.
so
from
you
them.
buy samples
Yeah.
and stuff, and if you do that, then you get a whole DAW for free, and it's the full
Yeah.
thing, the full like the last version of Cakewalk that came out. You get the whole thing for free, which cost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of
yeah.
dollars.
Wow, that
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Is anyone considering switching to Cakewalk now?
I just switched to Ableton, so I'm not. I can't even.
I'm
Consider
Ableton
more
for
change.
life. Yeah.
You're Ableton for life. You've
For
always
life.
been Ableton. You're Ableton for life.
life.
Yeah.
I'm really Cubase for life, but doing Ableton because I need help with everything.
It is easier to ask people for help in Ableton
Oh
than
my
it is
gosh.
to ask people for help
Yeah.
in Cubase. Yeah.
That's true.
Great,
that's true.
amazing resources
Great.
online. Everything's the best.
Yeah.
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 Why would you ever do anything else?
We love Ableton.
But yeah, Cakewalk was I think pretty important, and I think maybe is more popular with singer-songwriters.
rock and roll.
Exactly, rock and roll bands. Even a concert hall that they do recording sessions with a string quartet and things like that. I've used Cakewalk in there before.
It's more of a Cubase.
Okay,
Exactly.
so I was just about to say, is
Yeah.
it more kind of the visual cues of the whole thing, or is it more geared towards people that are used to looking at linear,
Like a
Yes.
like
traditional
track
Yeah.
left and right,
traditional,
left
exactly.
and right,
Yeah.
and more
Yeah.
faders that look three
It's
dimensional.
a musician's, like a real musician's
real musician.
DAW.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
For
Okay,
tracking. Yeah, it's really pro though. So
Really cool.
yeah,
So that was something that we wanted to talk about. We talked about it now. Great.
yeah. So, but
Awesome.
okay,
Good job.
I'm curious
There's
though.
more?
'Cause- No. I just want to say because I was confused why Roland had Cakewalk for a while because I remember I got an interface and it was a Roland thing and it's you get Cakewalk with it and I was like, oh cool, but then I never used it
I don't know.
and now I don't even know what happens now if you buy that Roland box. Do you still get it? Like that's
No, you probably get some licensing agreement. You'll probably get an Ableton or a Cubase or
Yeah.
Those are the ones generally that I always see. Those are the free. You'll get your Cubase LE
Yeah.
or you'll get your Ableton
Light.
Lite, right?
yeah.
Like those are the big ones.
yeah, it's weird.
I've never seen something for like FL Studio.
Yeah,
it
no,
seems
not FL
like-
Studio, no.
Cubase and Ableton are the ones that pay those licensing fees
Yeah.
to those companies, like to get that in there, or maybe it's the other way around.
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why Roland bought it. I don't know why they got rid of it.
Well, Roland's always buying
interesting.
things, so
My guess is
Checking it out.
they're like, hey, let's get into the DAW universe, and it was like, oh, this is
Too much.
it's a full time thing.
Let's make 808s.
Let's-
They're a hardware company.
yeah, they make hardware and they
they make
do it
Are good,
amazingly.
yeah.
They've been doing it
Yeah.
amazing for when did Roland come into existence? Sometimes during the Dark Ages, right?
80,
Yeah.
80, 70s, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I'll fact dig for that while you guys are talking about stuff.
Okay.
So Cakewalk's free.
Yay.
If you're looking for a free DAW, that's a good way to get one. You know,
Yeah.
like there's inexpensive DAWs. You can get Reaper for $60.
Yeah.
Cakewalk's free now. There's
1972.
Oh.
And April 18th, so really they just celebrated a birthday, but I can't do math, so I can't tell you how old they are, but you can do it. You can do math. Do it.
They're
and get it
7.
wrong.
So another thing I wanted to talk about is a new service. T-Service. Just kidding. It's a new service out there that is pretty cool, and it's called Tracklib, and the whole purpose of it is a website where you can go listen to music, real music, stuff that's been released, find a sample that you want, pay for it, use it legally in your song, release your music, and you do it all up front. So it's a way for sample clearance. If you wanted
Right,
to
they
do,
give you a contract and
if you
everything.
wanted to do legal sample clearance today, would you know how to go about that? Anyone?
No, it's really tough.
It's a very convoluted, difficult process.
yeah.
It's
They don't make it easy. Like they don't make it readily available information.
Yeah.
Where you're kind of like,
Totally. And so this website is for us.
sweet.
You can go on there, find a song. I believe there's 3 different tiers for like for the payment methods.
Yeah.
And then it's different based on, you know, whatever whoever owns the publishing rights or whatever the fees, blah blah blah, you know, you go
There's
in.
probably different tiers of like this type of artist. If they're like A
Yeah.
line artists, B line, C line.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can go on there and search through it like iTunes or
Awesome.
Beatport or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Find the song, go in,
Wow.
buy your.
So like, do you know, have you looked at it yet? Where it's like you can scroll through the whole song and be like, I just want that drum, ploink, and you just take like a 3-second clip.
I think that's partially how the payment methods work as
Yes.
well.
Cool. So if
Right?
you take,
So if
not
you want
a
this-
4-bar loop, then it's going to cost more, obviously, because you have way
Exactly.
more intellectual
Yeah.
property.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a really great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool. I believe it was started by some old hip hop artists. From what they've been targeting me in. I've been getting so much advertising for it, and I started following them on Instagram because I'm just like, this seems obviously for hip hop producers
It's great.
like amazing, right?
Yeah.
I do a lot of
Anyone.
sampling. Crystal, are you texting someone right now?
No, I'm
Oh, she's
reading
looking
about
it
it.
up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Wait, it says it's like starting at $199.
Yeah. You could buy the track for $1.99.
Done. That is great.
Gives you an uncompressed 6-bit WAV file. License to release. If you want to release your new song, you must get a license. We have 3 price categories, and so
Amazing.
category C is $50 per license. Category B,
Right. So there's different,
I wonder if
like
I-
probably different.
Category, the biggest one, however, is
Yeah.
$2,500. So
Oh, okay. So category C, up to 2 seconds. No, wait.
2% of the track.
2% for up to 2 seconds. What?
This is getting confusing,
Yeah.
but
This is where
they have they have a system though for,
Yeah.
you know, I'm assuming, for example, if you're sampling the hook of a song, that's gonna cost you more than, like you
Sure.
said, just a little snippet of a drum.
if you just want a drum, it'll probably
Yeah.
be great.
But it does say like that it is broken down into sections. So one is up to 2 seconds, up to 15, and then up to 60 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay per.
Wow, you can
license.
sample up to 60 seconds legally. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the most expensive, I think.
Probably, yeah.
That is like essentially stealing their entire.
Yeah.
That's like putting out a hip hop record
$2,500.
that sounds like
2,500. You said 25,000.
2,500. Oh,
Well,
did I?
seriously,
Sorry.
yeah.
2,500.
But yeah, that's like if you think you got a hit record with a sample and you can pay
Yeah.
$100 for that sample and then boom,
Totally.
you're good.
Mm.
That's such a weight off your shoulders
Totally.
for getting
Yeah.
sued.
Yeah.
and just a way to actually do it without do it yourself.
Yeah.
Cutting out.
All the middlemen.
Yeah, you don't like. You could be an independent artist who releases their stuff on Bandcamp,
And has it fully
who
cleared.
kills it,
Yeah.
samples your thing, buy it on a website. You download a WAV file. You get a perfectly uncompressed WAV file for sampling.
Yeah.
You know, you're not ripping it off of YouTube or whatever,
Yeah.
and you're good to go.
Just
a
don't
great tool.
upload it on SoundCloud. Because they
No,
always.
you can send them your license. That's why they give
Yeah.
you a contract.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, SoundCloud, they.
I get flagged for my own stuff.
You get flagged
yeah.
all the time for your own stuff, and it's
Yeah.
just it's a little bit.
When I used to do the record labels, I just had an email. I had so
Yeah.
whenever they got it, I just sent the same email in. We are the copyright holder. Da da
Yeah,
da
so you
da
just
da
have
da
to
Yeah,
da
you
da.
have to,
dispute it.
you have to
Yeah.
do that.
Like
Oh gosh. Yeah.
so, it's a pain.
Well, there you
but-
go. That's
At least someone is protecting someone from
Yeah.
theft. They'll,
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I can't really be mad at SoundCloud for being like, hey, this sounds like someone else's record. You know,
Yeah.
you prove that it's yours. Like, yeah, it's inconvenient.
Sometimes
but I'm
it's-
actually
yeah.
glad because then at least you know there's a better chance of your
Yeah.
stuff not getting just jacked.
Oh, it's great.
Well,
And
Yeah.
in reality, it's not a person. It's an algorithm.
Sure, but
That song gets dumped into the algorithm, and the robot goes, "You
Yeah.
are stealing." And you're like, "Thanks, robot.
I
I'm
wonder
not
if
stealing.
it's all
I
the
made this
same
robot."
You are
algorithm.
stealing.
Like if it's like the same one that Shazam uses is the same way that they read it
Yeah.
for
No.
SoundCloud.
No,
Well-
that is their business. Like those algorithms are their business. So that stuff's all. That's
Wrong.
intellectual property in and of itself. You know what I
Shazam,
mean?
right?
Like every single kind of AI, like those companies, that's their technology. You know what I
interesting.
mean? It's not.
Well, I know,
like-
but that's what I'm saying. Is it a type of technology that they all buy to use for their platform because there's one
must be
company
buying
that
it.
does it all really
Yeah.
well, or are they all making their own AI technology to seek for algorithms? Because I guess when you upload something for distro, that's got to go through the distro,
Yeah, it does,
and then
yeah.
it goes out to all the different sources, including including Shazam. Like, did you know that you get royalties when people Shazam your stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah.
I didn't know that.
So
For a long time, actually, yeah.
yeah. So it's like, is it the same company that
Yes,
is creating
Roland.
these algorithms? I think it has to be. Roland, probably.
Yeah,
Very
and Gibson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So does this interest any of you guys at all? The Tracklib? I think it's cool.
I think it's great. Yeah,
I think it's great.
yeah,
And I think it's cool, even if you're not doing it, to be able to go on it and just even using it as a reference point, like to know, okay, I could sample this song for this amount of money,
yeah.
Just
And
having the information there.
and it's a big collection, and it's just getting bigger and bigger
Yeah.
and bigger
I-
of like
for me-
actually real released music.
To have the
Yeah.
access to like the jazz and some of
Yeah.
that kind of
Well,
interesting stuff
as
that
like
I
a
can't
house
play
producer.
myself.
Yeah.
Great. Because
Yes.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to be doing laying down any oboe solos anytime soon.
Yeah, but I believe in you.
Yeah, yo, I think that one of the boutiques has an oboe sound.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It's ding. It's
Yeah,
not great.
no,
It's
well,
funny.
But I think
It makes a wicked bass
It's
line.
the JX03.
Yeah.
The JX03.
Yeah.
Oboe. I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Roland.
But also no, okay. Anyway, I think this is encouraging, younger producers or any, not necessarily age-wise, but just like beginning producers to go after these remixes.
Yeah.
Because I get asked a lot, like, is this legal to do? Can I,
I get that
sample
too,
this?
Good
Yeah.
question.
So many
Yeah.
people ask, like, they're confused because it's a difficult question. So this kind of service, I think, is going to encourage a lot of people to just go for it and not be afraid of like, oh, I'm gonna upload this and it's gonna get banned or whatever, and I can't make money on it, and I don't want to get in trouble.
Or they can like just learn more.
And I think that's kind of where the disparity was with SoundCloud after, the first time it took a big plunge of an interest was when people were doing mashups and disco edits and stuff were uploading things and then getting it all taken down. It's like,
Yeah.
this is still creative work.
Yeah.
It's still unique. It's still new, but it's definitely, it infringes copyright in a lot of ways. And I think that conversation is why we have the larger conversation around like streaming royalties and all that
Yeah.
other stuff too, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, and it's like I think it's amazing. I think sampling is a huge part of modern music, electronic music specifically, and it's just it's a great tool. Like if I'm not knowing what I'm going to do making songs, and like I'll go in and I'll start with a sample.
Yeah.
And lots of times I'll create something around a sample and end up throwing the sample
Oh,
out
at
the
end.
window.
Yeah.
But it's just like a little
Yeah.
inspirational thing to start with,
Yeah.
and then
Foundation.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
and I love sampling. So
Yeah.
I think this is really cool. I hope it blows up. I hope another company comes along too who does the same thing but better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
like
you know,
you're
like
competing,
yeah,
yeah.
some competition, prices go down or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Tracklib, check that out. Google that one.
Yeah.
And then last but not least,
Last but not least.
you guys don't know what we're going to talk about.
No, we don't have a clue. Oh no.
Nervous.
Oh no. Oh no.
Korg has announced recently, last week, 2 weeks ago,
Recently.
at some point in time, that they are going to be releasing their entire Korg gadget for the Nintendo Switch.
It's out now.
It's out now.
Cool.
Are you guys familiar with Korg gadget at all?
Nope.
Oh, what?
It's
Okay.
really okay.
Wait.
We're
You
gonna
will-
about to get mansplained up
You
in here.
you would love
Just
it.
because a man
I'm
is
just
explaining
kidding.
a thing to
I'm
you,
kidding.
it's not necessarily mansplaining.
It might be.
If
It
you
could
like the
be.
boutique,
It might be.
But it's not. They're not mutually
right now.
exclusive.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Gabe?
if you
Teach
like
me.
if you like the boutique,
That's the thing. Yeah. If you like the boutiques, I think you'll like gadget.
yeah,
Are they actual?
it's like a virtual boutique world where you have Korg gadgets instead of Roland ones. So it's on your iPad or your iPhone, and you pull up a little drum machine, you pull up a little 303, you pull up a little polysynth.
And it's all on your phone.
It's on your phone.
It's
yeah.
like a
You make tracks
micro
on phone.
DAW.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is this the thing that rapper made that entire album off of?
That was GarageBand.
That was
Yeah.
Yeah,
GarageBand.
in
So
a
not the
store.
same at all.
No, but it's actually it's really similar. But
So has anyone done that yet though? Because that'd be cool.
Probably. It's really cool and it's cheap. You can buy the
yeah.
whole thing for your phone on iTunes for like less than $50.
yeah.
I might look
I have
into
it.
It's
this.
very cool. If you
okay.
have an iPad or something,
top tip.
Yeah.
You can export your core gadget projects as an Ableton file
Directly in
project.
Ableton.
And you hit a button and it's like upload and it's like boop and it shows up on your computer via
Yeah.
Dropbox.
Do you have an iPad? Because I want one. Like, it
My
makes
mom does.
I don't like doing phone
Yeah.
stuff,
My
like
mom
making
does,
tracks
yeah.
on phones, but I definitely
Yeah.
love iPads.
It's fun.
Where they're all headed, and then the new pencil that
Yeah.
you can draw stuff with.
Yeah.
I
my
actually
gosh.
might look into this.
No, core
This is
gadget is
interesting.
my favorite. I actually started a lot of my tracks recently. I'll be on the bus and I'll start it just jamming
Just
out
look this
there.
up
Yeah.
for a second.
We're looking
But,
it up.
It's
And then
called Core Gadgets.
yes,
Gadget, yeah.
Gadget.
Gadget.
And then and you can buy it on the iStore.
App Store.
But now the other question is, do either of you have Nintendo Switches?
No, I don't care.
What?
As if we would.
$54.99.
Oh, wait for the sale. There's gonna be a sale.
Oh, there's a sale.
Top tip. There's every Christmas-ish,
Yo, this is
There's,
crazy.
It's very cool.
50% off sale.
Christmas, that's a long time.
Buy it now. It's $55. Who cares?
Rate it off.
I think your walls aren't blue enough, Dan.
You're just telling us about how you have 3 TR8s.
Yeah, it's like Ableton.
I didn't buy them all at once. They were very spread out.
They're a lot more expensive than $55.
Looks like Ableton.
That's wild.
Like
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But the gadgets are fun. Every one of them is so fun.
oh, and there's drum machines too.
There's drum
Oh, yeah.
machines. There's
Oh, check
there's
that out.
samplers. Yeah.
So,
So
Core
that
Gadget.
sounds fun. This would be great for a kid on an iPad.
Yeah.
Making kids make
Or
Exactly.
me.
Core Gadget is I think there's how many synths are in there? I think there's like 6 synths and
it's like
6
a
drum
lot.
machines.
There's
like
like
enough.
there's like
Let's stop looking at the phone during
there's
the
like
podcast.
there's like 23 of them or something.
Oh, there's 23.
There's a lot of them, but the Nintendo
Oh.
Switch version only has 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but there's
30 different
20,
synthesizers and drum machines.
30. Wow, look at that.
And so
Yeah.
I know I have a Switch.
Yeah.
You have a Switch.
I have a Switch.
And I'm on my Switch all day. You're on your Switch a lot.
A
What
lot.
is that? I don't even know what this
It's
is.
a
I'm
Nintendo.
old.
Do you know the
I'm old
Nintendo?
and tired and fat. I'm just kidding.
It's the newest Nintendo console. And it connects to your television and it's a handhold as well. So it's both. It's like a Game Boy and a Nintendo together at last.
It's like it's a tablet and then it has controllers on the side.
Yeah.
No, haven't
It's
seen
really
it.
nerdy.
So you could
Whoa.
take this gadget, put it on your TV, be sitting on your couch using controllers like this.
Made for?
Yeah.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah.
Doody doody. I
Yeah.
saw that. That was cool.
Yeah.
That's a really cool concept.
Yeah.
And only
Wow,
Nintendo
I'm out of time. Out of the times here.
and only Nintendo would come out with something like Labo, which is what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Only Nintendo would have Korg Gadget. They've previously worked with Korg. They released the MS-10 and the MS-20 on the DS and the 3DS. I
3DS.
believe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, they
So
did-
Korg has released software for Nintendo before.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting. Like
Yeah.
the idea of putting it on my big TV
On the TV.
wall.
And you can control it with the motion. So you can like sweep the filter like this.
Really?
With the controller.
Oh, man, that's cool.
That's so cool.
You can get up to 4 controllers, I think, and then multiple people can be like jamming on screen.
Hey, that's pretty cool. I mean, this is cool stuff.
Yeah.
Kids, I mean, I'm just picturing kids doing this and having a really great time.
I'm
I
picturing us doing it.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
I wanna
it's
try
way
it.
funner. I don't know. It's more funner.
They have they have this like 4-way split mode thing where you can like make a sound, like it's like a challenge. It's like try to make a sound in 2 minutes, and they give you a timer.
Oh,
And
wow.
everyone has you make the drums, you make the bass, I'll make the thing, and everyone's
How do
like
they listen to it though? Everyone's doing everything at the same time.
it's like Ableton, so it's always looping.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
So you're,
put down a kick
you're listening
drum.
to it in real time.
Yeah,
It's being
yeah.
monitored on the TV.
Yeah.
just
It's a micro DAW. Like
Yeah.
it's,
I'm gonna.
Is this the
I'm gonna
future,
buy this.
guys? Is this the future?
I
like,
think so.
Is it the future?
I love
Are
it.
we gonna have DAWs just like up on our TV in the living room because we can pop them up
You're
like
gonna
this?
have-
Like this? DAW. DAW.
Well, this is the thing that's interesting, right? Like you can download this for $55.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
it's,
like-
it's gonna be
You can try it for free.
You can try it for free.
Yeah.
For the Switch, it's probably going to be $80 Canadian. That's generally what a Switch
Yeah.
Switch game
Maybe
costs.
60, but still, yeah.
Maybe 60.
Yeah.
You can download Cakewalk for free if you sign up for a BandLab account.
Yeah.
You can buy Reaper for $60.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are all these very cheap, affordable
Yeah.
versions of DAWs and ways to make music on software. that you like.
Quality
Quality.
output.
And
this
by
stuff
the
isn't
sound.
junk.
Yeah,
None of
it's
this
not
stuff
junk.
is
It's
junk.
not tacky
Yeah.
stuff. Like
Yeah.
So, like, the real question is, you know, when even what's Apple's?
What?
GarageBand.
No, the main one.
Logic.
Logic.
Logic's $200,
Yeah.
right? Like, so
It's becoming more accessible.
It's totally accessible, but at what point are people going to be upset about the pricing for something like Ableton, which we all love?
I think
Or
they're upset
something
now.
like
I think so.
I think that's
You think
happening
it's now?
already. Oh, yeah.
I think it, yeah.
I mean, even for me, and after spending whatever amount of money on Cubase for years and years,
Yeah.
making the switch to Ableton, I always look at that as an expense that I just have to have because
Yeah.
it's just something that I do. But
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that are like, oh, I really want to do that, but it's just so expensive, and that's
Yeah.
kind of prohibitive in a way. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, but you get so much. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like, do you need all that? Is there a way to make it way more affordable and more accessible? And then
How
have
I
other
kind of
things?
view it is, I just bite the bullet once and just pay for the upgrade.
Yeah, that's the real.
But still, when an upgrade for Ableton or for Cubase costs as much as a brand new copy of Logic.
It's easy to see why
a
people
whole
would make other
iPad
choices.
sometimes.
Yeah, or a
Yeah.
whole iPad. Like
Yeah.
it's my like I'm just curious, like if there's gonna become a point where this
Where-
is gonna start biting into the big guys.
Pockets.
I bet
Pocket
you
for
they
sure.
will eventually push it down because Logic, like Apple Logic, it
Yeah.
used to be so expensive.
'Kay.
And now it's like
And you know,
literally like
$200.
1/3 of what it costs.
I would never switch. You guys know how I feel about Apple, but
Yeah.
like it's so cheap. But I mean, their computers are $9 million, so I mean,
Well,
they better
I
be
mean,
selling the
it's-
software for cheap, right?
It's kind of like it's the same kind of idea as having a music production class in the high school, It's just
Yeah.
like they're building it into this whole societal norm situation.
Yeah.
Totally.
Kind of like DJing in the Netherlands. That's just part of your school curriculum, and it's celebrated as a cultural norm.
I wish.
Every
Yeah.
kid in the Netherlands takes DJing.
Yeah, like it's just
That's
normal.
not true.
Not every kid, but they do like a
That's
lot of-
racist, and I don't appreciate it
That
on this
isn't
podcast.
racist.
Okay, so I think that's the last piece of news to catch up on. Lots of cool stuff. It's an exciting time to be a music producer. It's an exciting time to be a DJ.
It's an exciting time to be alive.
It's an exciting time to be alive.
Summer's here.
And summer's here, and it's hot in here. So
Yeah.
let's end this podcast so we can go outside.
Yay!
Okay, bye.
Bye.